Well, with nearly 11,000 firefighters, FDNY is the biggest fire department in America, and they don't just put out fires.
They are also trained in CPR, and more so, they can truly be the first responders, be it medical or fire emergency.
Yes, they are. It takes a whole lot of hard work to become one of New York's bravest, and I got a taste of how it's done at the FDNY Training Academy. Let's take a look at this.
With over 500,000 New York City fire incidents last year alone, the FDNY needs the best and bravest to help keep the Big Apple safe.
We're moving quickly here. We gotta get this thing out.
But recruits have to go through a whole lot before battling flames. While Commissioner Dan Nigro is confident only the best come out of the FDNY Academy.
I think everyone looks at what we do. New York is the most difficult environment of any city in this country. It's a very demanding job, so therefore it's a very demanding academy.
About 320 recruits pushed themselves through 18 weeks of academic and physical testing. Only 85 to 90% graduate.
What about the standards? Are they the same for the women and for the men?
Absolutely the same.
Now I'm joining in to see if I have what it takes.
How long does this normally take you guys to get on?
A little bit faster than this.
Now this weighs what?
Once you have all your gear on, about 100 pounds. Now you're ready to go.
First up, functional skills training, where recruits get used to the physical demands of firefighting.
Rain, sleet, heat, snow, hurricane, tornado.
We're out here.
FDNY doesn't stop.
We train. Anna, keep pulling. This is our victim rescue. You drag a 165-pound dummy out, simulating saving a person here. You're going to step back and start pulling up the hose, hand under hand, and start pulling.
Next, we're getting hands-on.
Roof rope rescue simulation. If someone is trapped, maybe they're on a 50-story building and we can't get up to them with the ladder, we'll go up above them with the rope, we'll tie off, and we'll lower somebody down to that person.
So this could be for a victim in the fire. It could also be for another firefighter.
Could be for either one, absolutely. Stretch your arm straight out.
Okay.
Go ahead, straight out.
Are you sure?
Positive.
And now, the heat is on.
Oxygen on. It's go time.
So you're going to see me head into a fire, and we're going to do a simulation where we're searching for a baby and also putting out flames. It's going to be amazing. That's coming up in a couple of hours. But it's really tough, and there's been a lot of controversy around this, you guys, over whether it's too tough for women, who make up only a half of a percentage point of the FDNY. So as a result, the department has made some changes to the academy entrance exam, and what they've done is reduce the amount of physical testing once firefighters pass the test. Also, once they graduate, they're not tested again. Now, that is something that's been going on for a long time. So people are questioning, are these firefighters qualified to come and get me out?
Well, it's insane. I'm not against female firefighters, obviously. Anyone who can pass the test, but they're not gender-specific fires. And the point is to save people in trouble. And if you can't do it, you shouldn't be firing.
Exactly. Yes. Well, but as the commissioner said, Dan Nigro, he said the qualifications, the standards are exactly the same for the men and for the women, but they have made some changes. Now, he says this is not the first time we've made changes, and the qualifications have never been higher. We want the best to be New York's bravest. To me, the bigger issue is not having to retake it. If you've been a firefighter for 20 years and you don't have to retake that exam, and you've been eating too many donuts and you haven't been getting on the treadmill enough, I want somebody who's qualified to come and get me out, who's physically fit. Well, they should have to retake the test.
I didn't know that at all. I mean, in the military, it's an annual test. I don't know how in the fire department it wouldn't be, something.
Yeah, my producer interviewed the PIO yesterday, and that's what he said.
But they're all lying. I mean, there's political pressure to change the standards to lower them in the military, as in the police department, as in the fire department, and they're caving to it, and they shouldn't. We're not served by that.
Yeah. Anyway, it's going to be great coming up in a couple of hours.
We're saved by diversity. You know we're saved by diversity.
Anna can pass a test before I could, I will say that.